everyone, welcome back to another video, and if you're new, hi, my name is Paris. Today's video is yet another reading vlog, and don't roast me, yes, I'm in my reading vlog attire. This is like my default outfit. If you can't tell, this is my favorite piece of clothing that I own. So washing machines exist, don't kill me. I just am really comfortable in this jumper, and it's getting colder now, and I feel that was very groovy. I feel very myself and safe in this jumper, so don't roast me. It's just comfortable, okay? Anyways, I'm really excited for this video because I'm continuing on with my Throne of Glass reading vlog series, and in this video we're going to be reading Crown of Midnight by Sarah J Maas. I'm really excited to continue on because I actually haven't finished the last book in the series, which is Kingdom of Ash, because for some reason I was too scared to read it when it came out, and then I stopped reading for like a year and I never got to it. And yeah, and reliving all of like the Throne of Glass nostalgia is really giving me life at the moment. So yes, that's what we're going to be reading. I can't wait for the kale moments and all the fun things. I will be doing a non-spoiler and a spoiler discussion, so I will make sure to let you know when that's happening. But before I start reading for this reading vlog, I am really excited to announce that in this video I'm going to be working in partnership with a company called mapiful. So mapiful is an amazing company that allows you to create customizable prints, such as like maps, star maps, there's zodiac options and word art options. It's really customizable and personable to you, and it allows you to like capture a moment or your favorite thing or a point in time or a place, and I just think it is super special. And so they allowed me to design my own print, and I'm really excited because it actually came in the mail, and I have been itching to open it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So I don't know if I should tell you what it is. I knew exactly what I wanted when they reached out to me and said that I could pick my own print. Alright, are you ready? So my print, I chose to pick a map from my favorite book series because of course my channel's basically fully bookish now. I was like, you know, I want more bookish decorations in my room. I want to turn my room into a little reading library nook. I thought that the map was really cool because I also have kind of like an attachment to certain countries as well as like real life and fictional countries, so I thought that I would mash it together by creating my own custom map, and I thought that I would choose a fictional place from my favorite book series. And I have a lot of favorite book series, but of course I chose Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas because if you don't already know, Throne of Glass really got me into reading, and it's really personal to me. So, and you know, it just feels really special to have like something that I love so much on my wall and like custom made for me. Look at the map! So here is the map. I will do some better close-up shots, and I'm going to assemble it also because I also got to choose a frame, so I'm going to be assembling it and popping it on my wall. With the map option, you have to choose a real life place, and so I have a real big attachment to England / more predominantly Scotland. It's like I really want to live there. That is what the map depicts there, so that's the UK and Scotland and whatever. But fictionally, it's Aurelia from Throne of Glass, and it also has the little coordinates at the bottom, which I think are really cool. We're going to pop on the magnetic frame thingy. So if we just line it up like this, and then no bunny, this is not for bunnies, go. And then it's kind of like a magnet, and we just clip it shut. So there is my custom map on the wall, so cute. I just want to say thank you to all the wonderful people at Mapiful for allowing me to create my own custom print and sending me the print as well as the frame to review for all of my bookish friends. Hi friends, so it has been a little while since I filmed the introduction to this video. I haven't been reading A Crown of Midnight like at all. I've read like 5 chapters because I have been kind of sidetracked. I have been filming other videos at the same time, and also the Shadow and Bone TV show came out, and so I kind of binged that, and I also had work and school assignments. So yesterday I filmed and uploaded a book haul, and so I have like just a bunch of like books in piles around my room, so I kind of want to put it away a little bit. I do plan on making a bookshelf reorganization video, so I'm not going to like fully rearrange everything, but I'm definitely going to just try and put all my books over there somehow. Maybe I could answer some questions while I'm putting my books on my shelf. That's a good idea. However, can I multitask? I would like to think I can. I asked a bunch of you to send in some questions. They could be bookish or personal. I asked you guys these questions because I wanted to kind of film a little Q&A. I have here a bunch of questions that you guys have asked, so I'm just going to pick some of like the most frequently asked ones / ones that I think are cool and I want to answer, and I'm also going to be putting my books on my shelf as I go. The first question is by Sandra, and they ask, does it embarrass you when people in real life find out you have a booktube channel? It is one of the main reasons why I never actually started a booktube channel earlier or like continued on with it, and I would like post a video and then I get too scared and take it down. So the past like 6 months of me actually consistently uploading videos has been like a really big step for me in personal growth, because I used to be like scared and embarrassed and whatnot. One thing that I always remind myself is that other people's opinions don't define me, and that to me I always just think, you know what, it's their opinion, but talking about books, reading books, being a YouTuber makes me really happy, and I really enjoy it, so I'm just gonna do it, you know what I mean? Jaima asks your top 3 favorite books at the moment. I'm going to have to say, not in any particular order, we have From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout, the second book, A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and then also An Emperor in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. So yeah, those are my top 3 favorite books this year at the moment. The Wraith Reads asks, do you prefer hardbacks or paperbacks? I 100% prefer paperbacks, especially books that are floppy. The best books, because you can read them without cracking the spine. As much as I love to crack the spine, we all know that I like to leave my mark on my book. I just think it's so much easier when the book is floppy. It like takes the strain off of your hands, and yeah, it's just my favorite thing. Ooh, the Wraith Reads also asks, have you ever thought about writing your own book? And yes, I have, and I might be writing my own book. Just an idea, because of course I love reading and I'm a creative person. If you don't know, I'm actually an artist. Fun fact, when I was younger, I actually used to write Wattpad stories. I used to like write actual stories, like fantasy, young adult stories. And I also used to write stories on Episode back in the day when it was like the original Episode. Yeah, I used to be a little writer in middle school, so I feel like I kind of want to get back into writing. I think it would be fun, and also because I just love creating things and like characters. Obviously it's no easy thing to do. It's gonna take ages to put it together, and who knows if it'll be published, but it's a cool thing that I want to try. So I possibly will, and I probably will, but at the moment I have no time. So Santa asks, what do you want to be in the future? This is a really good question. So personally, as we know, I'm in year 12, so also answering a double question, I'm 17. Lots of people asking how old I am, so I'm 17 turning 18 next year. As for like a career, I want to be a freelancer, creative, perhaps pursue YouTube as well as like external creative work like commissions through my art, or perhaps published book, or you know, something along those lines. I don't know, but I've gotten as far as saying that I want to study art in university, so that's about as far as I've gotten, but at least I know like a general direction, like a freelance creative, so yeah. Soft Idol asks, what are some of your favorite book tropes? I have so many favorite tropes. Most of them have to do with romance though. I love obviously we have enemies to lovers, friends to lovers, the one bed trope, the I came here to kill you trope, but oh no we fell in love. What else trope do I love? The knife to the throat trope, don't come for me. I just like enemies to lovers fantasy, okay? I can't think of any other tropes. That's 5 off the top of my head, but you know, you can probably guess like the general direction of tropes that I like. Ooh, Sorcery Elf asks, if you could lay under the stars with any book character, who would it be? Now that is a really good question. So many that I would lay under the stars with, but I'm just gonna have to say Castile because he's my fave. Hellbond Journal asks, when did you get into reading? I got into reading like properly around, well, to be honest, I've always been into reading ever since I was little. I have like distinct memories of reading Eden Blyton's The Magical Faraway Tree or something like that, like after hours. Like my mom would put me to bed and I would sneakily turn my lamp back on and read it. I was that kid. But I got officially into reading like young adult fantasy when I was in year 7, so about 6 years ago. So Nervously Nerdy asked my favorite song. Hosier is my all-time favorite artist, and his song Like Real People Do is my all-time favorite song ever. It will always be my favorite song. Like Hosier is my absolute favorite artist. He gives me all of the forest cottagecore vibes. I just love him so very much. So yeah, Hosier is my favorite. However, I have been listening to these people a lot. Also, most of my most listened to songs are in this one playlist. I listen to very like medieval kind of like battle fantasy songs. Yeah, I also enjoy listening to folk music. I'm that bitch, okay? So Neve Amelia 7 asks, what's your favorite book with a plot twist? Also, I love your channel. Thank you so much. But my favorite book with a plot twist, the one that comes to mind is the From Blood and Ash book series. That has a massive plot twist and it was definitely caught me off guard and I did not see it coming. I also made a whole vlog about it, so if you want to see my raw reactions you can go ahead and click the iCard. But yeah, that was definitely a big plot twist for me and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Bella asks, what's my favorite book of all time? I'm gonna have to be basic and say possibly the first Throne of Glass book, or A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire. Throne of Glass definitely because it's like a nostalgic soft spot for me, but A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire because I read it recently and I absolutely loved it more than Throne of Glass. So yeah, probably A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire. But yeah, it was a really good book and I recommend the From Blood and Ash series to anyone who's mature enough to read it. Do this. We're just gonna stack them and hope for the best. Yeah. Okay. There's all my books on my shelves. I still have 4 books out on my desk because I'm reading Crown of Midnight, Six of Crows, and These Violent Delights. I'm also getting A Curse So Dark and Lonely ready for my book club, which, if you want to join my book club, it is the Faith Folk Book Club over on Instagram and Discord. So if you check out the Instagram, it will tell you how to join and everything to do. Okay, one more question. February Friday 27 also asks, what is your Goodreads? My Goodreads is The Art of Paris and it will always be linked down below, as well as other important links like my main Instagram, my book club Instagram, and also my Etsy shop and my Amazon wishlist, which there's no pressure to buy anything from my Amazon wishlist. It's just there if you want to support me in my work. But yeah, that was my whole Q&A moment and me putting all my books back on my bookshelf. Now we're gonna go ahead and read Crown of Midnight finally. Hi friends! So it's been a while since I filmed last. I feel like I always say this when I reopen a segment of my reading vlog, but it has been a little bit. I finally finished These Violent Delights and so now I'm only reading 2 books. I'm quite into it now. I'm on page 142, so the story is starting to pick up and obviously invested. I'm loving this book. a lot. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. There's so many things that I am picking up on that I like forgot about, and I'm really glad that I decided to reread the series before I read the last book, Kingdom of Ash, because I definitely would not have remembered anything important that I needed to know for the last book. My motivation to finish this, even though it's not like I need motivation to finish it because obviously I love Kale, our motivation anyways is that in Air of Fire we get to meet Rowan, and you know, there's little enemies to lovers moment there, so I am excited for the third book. Also, the third book's aesthetic is so pretty. I'm gonna go get it and show you because I'm obsessed. Look at the book. It is so pretty, and like even the back, the illustrations on these covers are honestly my favorite. And then I love also kind of like the bronze, like metallic moment. I will get back to you guys once I have made some progress with the beautiful Crown of Midnight. And yeah, I'll see you soon, and I'll stop talking now. I think I'm getting up to like one of the spicy themes because there's a little like fold here, and if you've seen my folds, I usually do them like quite even, like all of the folds that I do, and this fold is not. So I think I did this when I was younger, and it was also the only place in the book where it was slightly cracked after I cracked it more this time. So I think it is a little moment between Kale and Selena. So I'm gonna film myself rereading it because I think it might be important, and my younger self did that for a reason. So cute. Okay, so I said that it was a spicy scene. It's not a spicy scene. It's the really... It's the scene that pulls on my heartstrings, and I forgot that this happens. You know when your heart actually hurts? Like, you read something or like you experience something so like heart-wrenching that your heart actually hurts. I get that when I read this book. Yes, Miss Sojo Mess coming in with the consent scene. Yes, consent is key. Good morning everyone! So today is the last day of this reading vlog, fingers crossed, because I really want to get this book finished. So yesterday I read quite a lot, so I only have about 100 pages to go. Today is also May 1st. I was meant to finish this book during April. I'm still going to include it in like the books that I read in April because technically I read majority of it in April, but today is an exciting day because we're having our first Facebook book club live call, and Finley is here but you can't see her. So yeah, we're having our first book club live call for These Violent Delights at 11, so that's in about 2 hours. So I'm gonna try and aim to finish this in 2 hours. I have some kind of food to eat here, it's like a little scroll, and then I'm gonna read and hopefully film some reactions, hopefully read to the end, fingers crossed, and yeah. And then I'll do a little discussion at the end, and then I have my call and I'm so excited for it. Okay, I ate food. I got chocolate milk because chocolate milk's yum. Okay, now I'm actually gonna read. have a few pages left, but I don't think I'm going to be able to finish them because the call starts in 3 minutes and I don't want to be late to my own call that I'm hosting. So I'm going to wait until I finish the call so then I can finish it, initial end reaction, and then also talk about the whole book after the call. So I'll be back in about like an hour or so. Okay, I'm back. So we just did the call and we had it for like 2 hours. It was so fun. I got to meet some of you guys. Lots of people couldn't tune in though because obviously time zones and then work, school, other stuff. But that's okay because I think I might host like other calls throughout the month anyways instead of just one call. So that way more people can join in and have a chat with me and other members of the group. But yeah, it was super fun. So we talked about our book club book, These Violet Delights, which was the book for April, for about an hour, and then the other hour we were just talking about random bookish things and it was really fun. But yeah, now I'm gonna go back to reading Crown of Midnight. I'm really excited. We only have about like 7 or so pages left, so I'm gonna go ahead and read that and then we're gonna have a little discussion. Dorian went in on that one. I'll discuss at the end with a little spoiler discussion, but because this is non-spoiler, I'm not gonna say what I just read, but damn. That was sad. I love Kale so much. This book is so good. Immediately 5 stars from me. Crown of Midnight, Sarah J Maas. Throne of Glass, still my favourite series ever, going strong, second reading vlog in my little Throne of Glass reread series. Still proving that this series is my favourite and will always be my favourite series ever. Crown of Midnight was so good. That was so good. Everything in here, so good. So I'm gonna go eat lunch and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna discuss. And I'm really excited to discuss. I'm so excited to read Air of Fire. That might be the book that I actually start straight away. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, I'm back and we're gonna discuss Crown of Midnight by Sarah J Maas. It has just the right amount of like romance. It has like suspense. It has the drama. It has everything I ever want and need in a book. My whole aesthetic is like based off this series. That just says everything. It really does. I probably should have like written down some points so that I could kind of help myself talk about this, but I feel like it's a bit more fun when I kind of ramble on about it and just chat with you guys. So we're gonna do that. I don't know if there's anything non-spoilery that I want to say, except for all the points that I said before. But yeah, I think from now on it's going to be spoiler, so if you have not read Crown of Midnight, click on the timestamp on the screen to the end of this video. I ship Kale and Selena so hard. I really do. Even though we obviously know that they don't end up together in this book, they take me out every time. I'm going to read you a couple of the quotes at the end that I really wanted to spoil, but I obviously couldn't. So we're kind of like on like the departure moment and Dorian and Selena are talking and Selena says, I'll come back for you. Dorian and Selena's relationship was also a soft spot for me, so it is kind of sad to me that they don't end up together, and it also is sad to me that Kale and Selena don't end up together. And the fact that he's like, I didn't know if I could hug her because, you know, they have this whole thing, and then it's kind of like a little love triangle moment. And then also with Kale and Selena on the docks, takes me out. It really does. It took me out when I first read it. It took me out just before. When Selena says, when you do, I want you to remember that it wouldn't have made any difference to me. It's never made any difference to me when it came to you. I'd still pick you. I'll always pick you. And then after that, it says Kale took one step toward her, though, one step, and he said, "I love you." She strangled the sob that built in her throat. "I'm sorry," she said, hoping he would remember those words later when he knew everything. I also especially loved the scenes with Dorian and Selena, how they go underground in like the catacombs, and then there's like this monster down there, like this weird demon thing, and it's like they're like getting chased. I think it's a really fun scene and I loved it, like the suspense. And I think there was a scene that I really liked and I also tabbed it. I don't know why, but I tabbed some pages where like I like the writing. So this one says, "There was a scrape of nail against stone and then the sound of breathing. It was not her own." That sounds really cool. I love Sarah J Maas's writing style. I like her use of like short sentences. Oh, another thing that I just remembered is the scene between Kale and Dorian that I also wanted to spoil before, but I couldn't. This is chapter 54, page 407. So I'm just gonna kind of read the passage. So it's basically where Dorian and Kale are having a chat, and Dorian is mad at him for the whole sending her to Wendlin? Yeah, to setting Selena to Wendlin. And obviously Dorian doesn't know why Kale is doing this. Kale knows more than Dorian, which I find it's kind of funny since Dorian is the one with like magical powers. But anyways, back to this scene. It says, "If anything happens to her in Wendlin," Dorian growled, refusing to back down, "I'll make you regret the day you were born." If anything happened to her, Kale was fairly certain he'd forever regret that day too. But he just said, "One of us has to start leading, Dorian," and stalked off. Dorian didn't follow him. So the ending is good, however, obviously Dorian and Kale's relationship is like a little bit hanging by a thread, if you know what I mean. So this book was just really exciting. I loved the plot and the twists. Archer's character was used well. Like, we thought we liked him, we trusted him, we thought he was hot and whatever, and then he was actually the bad guy all along, even though he thought his motives were okay, but really he just messed everything up. Also, we have to talk about the obvious Nehemia. Is that how you say her name? I feel like I possibly butchered that. I love Nehemia's character and I love the relationship between Nehemia and Selena, but obviously at the end we know that she dies, and that is really sad to me because she is also a very diverse character. Obviously she's a brown-skinned girl, so, and then she dies. That is all I have for you all today. I hope you enjoyed this reading vlog, and I hope you enjoyed my little segment with mapiful. My map is still up there, my beautiful map, Irelia. I'm so glad that I got it like Throne of Glass inspired. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this reading vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye, friends!